Hello and welcome to John's Ukulele Cafe. I'm your host, John, and we're going to be looking at the song Ocean Man by Ween today. Okay, I'm going to be posting 2 videos every single week on my Patreon, and following, I'll be putting them on YouTube. So my postings will be on Thursday and Sunday every single week. Go on ahead and follow my YouTube channel here in the bottom so you can see everything that comes up there. And I'll also put a link down there for my Patreon so you can get all the printables and everything you need for the music. All right, grab your ukulele, cup of coffee, and let's break this song down together. Okay, so Ocean Man is the most popular Ween song, and it's due to the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. It's relatively simple because it only has 3 sounding chords in it, and those chords are F, C, and B flat. However, I like to use the C that's up here also after you've played the B flat in the song. So I'm going to be breaking this video down into about 3 parts. The first part is just how to play with the song with very simple strums, just down strums. And then I'm going to play it with a more advanced strum later. You can see it in the timestamps below. And the third part, I'm going to be breaking down the guitar solo, but meant for ukulele. All right, the first thing you want to do whenever you want to play the song, if you want to play with the original song, is you want to take down the tuning of the ukulele a half step on each string. So instead of G, C, E, A, you want that to be F sharp, B, D sharp, and G sharp. I'm explaining them in sharps because when you use a tuner typically, it does sharps more often than it does flats. So this song is composed of about 5 different verses. The chorus is kind of built into each verse. One thing that's very strange is that it's only 12 measures per verse. And I always thought that was 16 until I listened to it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a F shape. And you're going to be playing 8 of these in a row. So you'll hear the drums in the beginning, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. And now we're going to go to a C chord. I recommend you use your pinky for the C chord. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. F chord again. C chord. Okay, now stop here. Okay, so if this is your very first time playing a B flat chord, I'd recommend checking out some of the other ukulele tutorial videos that are out there on just how to do it. So a lot of people have a hard time getting a good sound, but if you're comfortable doing a B flat, that's what we're making now. We're making a B flat chord. You're going to have 4 of these, and then followed by, I do 4 strums on the C chord that's up here instead, so that you don't have to reset your fingers and make B flats all the time. So let's start right on the B flat chord. Here we go. 1, 2, B flat, 4. 4 C's. And that pretty much is the entire verse each. So let's try it all the way through the first verse. And I'll add a little bit of singing just so that you can hear how it goes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. Ocean man, tan man imbibed by the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land, ocean man. Right. Then we're into the second verse, which is the same as the first, as they always say. Okay, so to change the strumming pattern to make it a little bit more interesting, if you listen to the original song, the rhythm that they're doing is something kind of like this. And what I'm doing is I'm actually dampening with part of my hand or part of my arm to get it to sound a little bit more staccato. So let's try that through. So you're going to do, if you look at the top of the page on the sheet, on Patreon sheet, you're going to see down, up, up, up. And that's the pattern. We're going to do this. Down, up, 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 down, up, up. All right? And I'm catching the ups just with my pointer finger. Pretty much just do that all the way through the first verse. So let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, F. B flat. So one thing we can also do to make this even more interesting is add in a couple of different notes as you do this. Now in the original song, there is a mandolin that plays, and then there's also some kind of slidey chromatic guitar stuff that's going in. It kind of actually makes it sound like a country song, which is kind of interesting. But the notes that I like to add in when I play is, I'll go ahead and play it. So you're going to play the F. And then I like to add a D note to it as like a passing note to the C. So it goes. One more time. You can hear it. It makes it a little bit more interesting. And then when you do the C note, or the C chord, wherever I did the note added before, I'm going to do the same, but I'm going to add the, it's going to look like an F chord. So I'm going to add an F and an A. So it's. Kind of reminds me of something that the Stones would do, the Rolling Stones. Okay, just a note about the fourth verse. Whenever you get there, you are going to just strum the chord, this F and C chords one time. Okay, so F and C, right? And C. When we go to the B flats, we're going to play just the same as before. Okay, so I'm going to break down the guitar solo that happens in the third verse, and I've switched to a soprano because it does pitch bends so much easier. This solo is full of pitch bends. I could not do the pitch bends on the concert. It just wouldn't go up high enough. So if you have one, let's use it. All right, so I'm starting the first measure, and you're at fret 3. I'm using more than one finger to do the bends. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you just leave it up there at that full pitch bend. All right, the next measure goes 1, 2, 3, and I'm pulling that off on the beat 3, 3E and 1, 3E and 4 and. Okay, let's try those first two bars. Ready and 1. Okay, the third bar there is mostly all on the third string, and I'm trying to create a pick with my thumb. So if you can get that, you almost have like some up and down picks that you'll do. Dun, dun, da, do. Now I know a lot of people say don't use a pick on an ukulele. It does make it a little bit easier. So if you find that that's easier for you, do it. It's a solo. It's a guitar solo. He used a pick, right? So, all right, that's the third measure. Fourth measure, I'm going to break this down really slowly. You're coming from fret 3. You go, and I'm hammering that on. 0, 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. I do the pull-offs and hammer-ons for this part. So that whole measure, 1, 2. Something like that. All right, so the first full line, it goes like this. 1. Something like that. All right, and then the next measure, we're going to do a full bend again, but we're going to use our pinky to play the third fret. So it's like... kind of like that. So try to do that again. 1. something like that. Again, anchoring the pointer finger at measure 6. And we have the same measure that we had before after that. All right. Okay, so that takes us to measure 8. You're going to do... All right. 0, 0, 2, 1, 1, 2. All right, and now we're at the F note, or it's really an E, I guess. Slide up to 5 here at the end, and it's only a half pitch bend. All right, let's try it again. Lost my grip there. All right, that's basically what it sounds like. All right, I'm going to be doing a full run of Ocean Man. I'm going to add in all the parts for the strumming pattern. The advanced strumming pattern is what I'll play. Feel free to play along with the simple pattern, the intermediate pattern, or the pattern that has the added notes in it. I'll also try to put in the solo next to it so you can hear that too. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Ocean Man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean Man, voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. Ocean Man, crust of a tan man, bye by the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean Man, can you see through the wonder of amazement at the Oberman? Ocean Man, crust is elusive when it casts forth to that childlike man. Ocean Man, sequence of a life form braised in the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean Man. To the land that you understand. Ocean Man, voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. Trip, trip, trip. Ocean Man, crust of a tan man, and bye by the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean Man, can you see through the wonder of amazement at the Oberman? Ocean Man, crust is elusive when it casts forth to that childlike man. Ocean Man, sequence of life form braised in the sand, soaking up the thirst of the land. Ocean Man. All right, thank you for making it to the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. We're excited about the future of this channel and you learning with us. So keep learning, keep playing, keep drinking coffee, and we'll catch you on Thursday and Sunday for future video lessons. Have a great day, everybody.